Right here.
Oh,
Hi,
that's
Tryst.
still
Mm-mm.
an interest.
That's itching because it's dry.
Yes, I know
No, do
that's
not.
you.
That's money. She's scratching money away.
Oh crap!
And
We're
rub it.
live. We're live. We're live. We're live.
No, we're
Okay.
not.
Ye- oh, we should be. All
Oops.
right. So I don't know what's happening, you guys,
Where's it?
but okay. So why are the kids so vicious? We already got that. Next, we're going to talk about the Jordan
The last
Neely case and how everybody is
one.
reacting to it and the updates. And number three, y'all, we're going to be talking about the Yogi Bear project. What is it? Is it going to be great for the youth? Is it great for the youth, actually, because it's been around for a while? Yes, I did my research. Hmm.
Yay.
And if you guys have any fan topics, we'll take them, especially today. All right. So we're going to take a quick break and we will be back with our first topic. All righty.
Not long.
All right.
How are you?
Hi, who said that? Oh, we're live.
Yes, I know.
Yes. All right. So let's get into it. Here, our first topic, of course, is about these students and how bad they have become. And I'm wondering, before I even get into what's actually going on, I want to ask the question: what can we do for the youth that will keep them occupied so they can put that energy that they're putting out there, that bad energy, and make it into good? But first, let's talk about why we're talking about this. So, I don't know if you guys have seen the video at all, but there is a teacher that was trying to get out of the classroom. He had a student's phone. She was being disruptive and she wanted her phone back. And she decided she was going to pull out some mace and she maced her teacher in the hallway. And I'm just
You
sitting
what that
here like, hmm,
that reminds me of the 6-year-old boy. Remember his teacher
hmm,
took away his phone.
yeah. Oh, we're going to get into that too because I saw an interview with his mama. I don't know if you saw it, but I
I
did.
saw some of it.
Okay. We can talk about that then. Okay. So I'm wondering to myself, when did this start? When did kids get the idea of, hey, I can attack an adult and have no repercussions? This is getting out of hand. We've seen the teacher who had the little dress on, and they claim we saw her booty, but I don't know. She said she had underwear on. But that little girl had her phone taken away and she went behind the desk and pushed the teacher. And then the teacher said, "Oh, no, not today," and beat her ass. And then there was a teacher who had to push a kid out of his room because she kept coming in being disruptive while he's trying to teach. That had nothing to do with the phone, but she did have one of her friends recording it so that he could get in trouble. You know what I mean? Like, I need to know what the fuck
So
is
I'm
wrong
gonna.
with y'all. Go ahead, because you have kids.
So a couple weeks ago, or probably about a couple months ago,
Hmm.
I was in my daughter's school, and I saw this mother just huffing and puffing walking into the school. Her daughter got um, suspended for a couple of days because she was throwing food. She threw an orange at one of the teachers, was not listening, was not being disruptive, and the teacher kept telling her, don't be throwing things, don't. And then she was starting to grab like oranges from her friends' trays and throwing it at her. And the mother was mad at the teacher instead of her daughter. I think we're at a generation where instead of the parent getting mad at their child for showing that they weren't raised correctly,
Ooh.
they are blaming the teachers.
Oh yeah.
Just like if your child don't pass the grade,
Hmm.
how's that your how's that the teacher's fault? Because apparently all the other students got to pass, so that means 20 24 out of 25 kids passed. How's that the teacher's fault that your child don't know how to do their work? And it's not hard nowadays because you have computers. It's not like if you lose the paper, that's it, game over.
Hmm.
And so I'm saying the reason why these kids act the way they do is because the parents have no respect for the teachers
Yeah.
anymore. There's not that communication anymore. I remember where you used to have parent teacher conference all the time. Your kid is bad. You come in and you talk to all the teachers and figure out what to do.
Hmm.
Nowadays, it's would you like to come and talk to me? Because the teachers feel like they're not getting no help. They're not getting the support they need from these parents.
Hmm.
And the parents is like, oh, if I have to come down to the school, I'm gonna be mad at you, not my kid. My kid knows better.
And you know
Apparently
what?
they don't.
They I don't get it because that happened to the voice of God. He told the parent that their child was being disruptive and lying, and she threatened him and
Mhm,
cussed him out. And I'm
mhm.
like, can we like
That's
go
because,
back to the times when our parents, if they came up to that school, they snatched our little ass out of there and whooped our ass.
but
I
see,
think we
they
don't need to
said
go back to the.
doing that,
I think we do because
I
now
think
these
I
but
think
kids. Oh, go ahead. You know
but
what?
I
Go
think
ahead.
because
Go
all
ahead.
these therapists and everything is saying, if you guys discipline your child with a belt, wooden spoon, or whatever, not only is that child abuse, but you're mentally messing with
Stunting.
them. You're
Okay, I
giving
get
them
it.
I mean
childhood
you
trauma.
are.
Yes.
You are. I mean, let's not become boomers. Like, listen, I'm not a parent or anything like that, so I'm child free and I get to be out of this. Like, I
Same
get
here.
to observe a lot of this. But at the same time, let's not be the boomers because our parents are talking about how worse our generation was. Like, they wasn't doing the wild shit that was ending up in '80s movies where like
Mm.
students were damn near murdering each other and throwing food fights all the time. Or like, let's
But
not
See,
act
food
like
because
back
fights
in the
didn't
day they
hurt
weren't.
anybody.
when I talk to
We
my kids,
people get hurt.
Who got hurt in a
I go,
food
hey,
fight?
do this.
School fights.
Hey, I
Let's
told y'all
not
to
I
do
let's.
can't
this.
hear you.
They don't
I
want.
can't hear him. Yes.
Well, Nina, what are you saying, Nina?
Go ahead.
I'm saying is kids nowadays they don't run outside. They don't have anything that you
Hmm.
could really take away from them. Because if you take away their phone, they go find another phone. If you take away their computer,
They gonna
they
find
take the
another
phone. If you, they don't want to go outside. They don't want to do all these things that we used to do. Like if our parents told us, "Oh, you can't go to that sleepover," we're like, "Oh no, what do we need to do to earn that back?"
so.
Or
Hmm.
we can't do this. You can't go outside. Oh, what do I need to do to earn that back? Nowadays, it's oh, okay, you you did the dishes. Here's your thing back. No, don't give them it back for a whole week. And a lot of
Yeah,
time,
but
parents,
our
and I am one of those parents sometimes that would say something and do something different than what I meant to say. So I'll be like, okay, you know what? You're not gonna get your phone for 2 weeks. A couple days later, I forget and I give her her phone back. Or I'll say, I'm going to get you if you don't
Mhm.
listen to me. If you don't hold my hand when we cross the street, I'm going to get you in the car. Guess what? By the time we make it to the car, I forget.
Yeah, but
Or
that's
I'm like,
because we're still thinking from our parents' view of punishment to correct behavior instead of actually doing the right thing of being patient and like talking to these kids like they're actually full adults, like full people. Like at the end of the day, if your boss saw you using your phone at work when you weren't supposed to and they snatched your phone, you'll look like at them like they're fucking crazy. But because they're kids, we feel adults should just have power over them to
Hold
do
up.
whatever they want
I,
to
I,
correct them.
Let
Wait,
me.
wait,
no,
wait.
they're still
Y'all
a
had
child.
whole minutes to
Until
talk.
you pay bills,
Hold on,
Y'all
you're
had
hold
still
whole
a
on.
minutes
child.
to talk.
Let me hold up. You said what?
No, I said y'all had whole minutes to talk.
She talked more than
I
I did. I had to introduce the
true.
topic, but I will say,
Okay, I'm
okay,
just saying I got
maybe
like
I
two
shouldn't have said
sentences in this.
I shouldn't have said but I will say this, and I'm gonna give it back to you. There are rules, okay? There are rules in school. There's a reason they don't want you on your fucking phone, okay? There's a reason, kids. Because when you're on your phone, you are not listening. And then you're wondering why you're failing. You
Computers
wonder why
too.
you're getting the
then,
F. You wonder why you're
then
not
if
graduating. Because you're on Instagram. You want to be cute doing Snapchats while your teacher is teaching. Or you want to act a fucking
TikToks in the
fool.
bathroom.
Yeah, exactly. TikTok's in the bathroom, or you want to act a fucking fool and record your damn self while you are picking at a person at work. All right, you can have it back.
yeah, at the end of the day, let's not kid ourselves. School is really just daycare for children. Like if the pandemic should have taught us anything, the reason they were so pressed to get people back to work and kids out of home was not just because like domestic abuse rose when like parents literally had to take care of their own kids and have a teacher to voice the kids off of, but because parents had to literally take care of their own kids and stay at home, nobody could be at work. Like school is a functionally daycare. There are some good teachers. There are teachers who actually care and try, but overall, kids know nothing is being done to help them. There's fucking mass shootings, school shootings all the time, and kids know if anything happens to them, they might die. Like teachers literally have it where like they're fighting in court to make a school shooting something that's a school work related injury, so you wouldn't be able to sue if something pops off. And at the end of the day, the viciousness that is happening is the mass shootings. It's the, for example, in Texas, there was an elementary school where a kid like showed this girl his penis, a first grader, and
Mm.
then later she was pulled under a desk and forced to perform a sexual act. And another kid was recording with the district provided iPad. Those are the kinds of issues that's increasing. But why is that happening? Because we don't want to teach our kids anything. We're banning books. We're closing libraries. We're not teaching sex education. We're not
Oh,
teaching consent. We are
oh, you're not allowed to
trying to
say
make our
anything
kids
about
stupid.
periods.
Yeah, we're trying to make our
Oh,
kids dumb and then wondering why our
that's
kids are
right.
acting out. When like
Yes,
one, there's been violence in schools all through history. Like, let's not forget back when they was integrating schools, how them little kids acted. Them niggas was vicious as hell back then too. Let's not forget residential schools where like
but
Native Americans were being
but
It
see,
was
assimilated
this
okay
is the
back
and being
then.
thing.
put in coffins
It
in
Mm-mm,
was
school.
acceptable,
it
unfortunately.
was not
But my
acceptable.
thing is that we're not teaching our kids like we're supposed to.
Yeah.
The adults, the parents are not teaching like they used to.
Hmm.
Also, if you're not teaching the kids what they want to know, they'll go to the internet. The internet is not full of truthful facts
Yeah.
all the time. So that's what they're learning. They're learning, okay, if the teacher takes my phone, I saw over here, this kid, it says to shoot. I have seen cartoons
Mm,
on YouTube Kids, Minnie Mouse being pregnant, smoking cigarettes, stuff like that on YouTube Kids.
see.
That's what I'm
No,
saying. They're gonna
that's not
find
gonna
these information if we don't teach them. We need to get ahead of the game and teach them first, because
do.
at the end, at the end of the day, when we have our kid, we are their first teacher. If
Thank
we're
you.
not teaching them correctly, how is it somebody else's fault?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying.
Teach,
And also,
teach respect.
Tress, Tress,
Yeah.
I apologize. I'm sorry. I really didn't mean to say at, and I feel really bad for saying that. I
No,
really
no, I
do.
get it in the moment. I
I
was
just
just
was
like,
like,
wait a
no,
minute. I said like two sentences. What's good?
Hey, okay,
no,
so
but
the voice of God said, "Damn, this joint going down
yeah,
faster than oil strippers." Night B said,
I
"What's
saw that.
y'all thoughts on the Ebony K. Williams bus driver
Ebony.
comment?" And then,
I wanted to do that. I did want to do
Oh,
that
okay.
at one point, but we can actually tackle that at the end after we do all of our topics. We're definitely tackling
mhm,
that because I have some stuff to say about that. But what I how I feel is this. I used to be working with children. I used to be a nanny, and I've had my moments when it was like, hey, these kids were acting a fool. I was patient. I was very patient. But I did take stuff away. Okay. That, you know what? See, I would tell y'all the story of my Rammy Poo and what he did to me one day. Actually, let me tell you the story. All right, so my little Ramby Poo, that's my baby. He's now in the Air Force. He's a big man. Go, go. All right. So, one day he wanted to stay for dinner at school. They had like some spaghetti dinner thing. And I told him, no, we can't stay, unfortunately, because your mom has these teriyaki wings cooking. And I'm telling you, I loved her teriyaki wings. Okay. I wasn't missing that. So he goes off. I mean, off. Stomping, acting like he had no sense. I took him around the corner and I let him know, you going to bring your little butt to your house and we're not going to speak about this at all anymore. You're going to do what I tell you. Your mom has dinner, it's at home, it's ready, and that's where we're going. That's
But
all I
why
had
couldn't
to
he grab a
say.
plate? Why couldn't he grab a plate
They
to
hadn't
go?
started yet. It started like an hour later. So that's why I was
But
like,
you see what? Imagine from the position of a kid where
and
you
that's
have no say and you get snatched up and it's
okay,
like,
guess
bitch,
what?
we going where we going.
See, he wouldn't have got his ass snatched up that day if he had just understood what I was telling him calmly the first time. I said, I
but
can't
you know
do it
what?
this time. I told
A
him
lot of
that.
kids feel like they don't have any say in anything anymore, too.
Let me tell you something. I let him do whatever he wanted as long as he did his homework, went to baseball practice. He could play games for hours. I didn't care. I cared, but I knew that he had things to do. You know what I mean? Like he had a schedule, and that schedule that day said teriyaki wings. Okay. But
I
no, in all
guess.
seriousness, I like you don't have to be mean. I wasn't mean to him. He understood after I firmly told him, "Hey, you need to come with me. Any other day we could do whatever we want. We could go for ice cream and stuff, but today you have to do what I say." But you like a lot of the parents now, they just yell. And I think that is another issue. because these kids, all they hear is chaos, 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 and that's all they know, and it's really
And you
sad.
know what another thing is that a lot of parents are not around as often anymore too.
Hmm.
They don't have
You
that
have,
sit down, eat at least one meal a week anymore. It's
hmm,
because they have to work so much just to
yeah,
provide a roof over their head, to
hmm,
provide food. Like these grocery bills are no joke, especially if you have more than two, three kids. Like,
hmm,
and a lot of parents are single parents,
yeah,
and that's why like we're in a broken system.
Mhm.
yeah.
Like
I'll give you
w-
that.
But that's why
parents should not
Actually,
be working.
no, go
Parents should
ahead.
not be working so much to just be able to provide a little bit for their kids and
um,
not be able to spend time with their kids. Because
okay,
some of these
uh,
single parents, especially single parents, they got to work more than one or two jobs.
mhm,
And when do you have time to actually teach your kid, or when do you have time to actually just sit down and listen to them sometimes? Because that's why a lot of these kids, a lot of them be bad because they think if they misbehave, then their parent will listen or they'll talk to them, or because they have to take that time away.
yeah. Tris, I'm gonna let
Yeah.
you take us out,
Okay.
but I do want to read the comments real quick.
Okay.
So, Night B said they didn't teach that at school when I was a kid, and they didn't do that back then either, though. So I think he means the fighting, because like
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I
be
mean,
very honest. I never saw a student attack. Uh, I've never seen a student attack a teacher
mhm.
before. Never. And also, thank you, Yabuki. He said, Petey out here styling.
Mhm.
And
Hmm.
Voice of God says, humans in general have to work more jobs. Single parents have to work like three. And
Or
Yabuki
find a
says,
partner.
yes, or find a partner. And Yabuki says, remember when teachers would box students that thought they were about it? I
I
don't
was
know
gonna
about
say
that.
there's some hit. No, there's some hit. Remember, like 4 or 5, 6 years ago, we saw a lot more videos of students fighting teachers, students fighting resource
Pumpkin.
officers, which is why I'm saying we gotta have a little bit more compassion for what it is to be a kid coming up, because a lot of this goes back to capitalism, a lot of this goes back to patriarchy, and like they're making it
Does it
worse.
really?
Like capitalism, patriarchy.
How?
How so?
Without the
Basically,
capitalism,
so with the patriarchy part or the capitalism part,
patriarchy.
the patriarchy, which is also something similar to what we could talk about with the homeless situation, but
Mhm.
people recognizing that they have to do all this work that they can't even afford, like for example, childcare and everything like that, and the push to keep women from being able to divorce, to keep women from being able to have abortions, to essentially keep women in the home so that there is someone in the household to look after the kids, to raise them right. So, like, yes, we need more time with the kids, but are we going to try and do it the dumbass way of like, let's make things worse and like kind of like force certain people to be like, I have to get out the workforce so I can look after my kid because no one else is going to do it? Or are we going to do it the way where like, hey, we pay people more and we reduce people's hours so people have more time with their kids, and we actually teach kids more responsibly, and we have a system that's more, again, like we say, educational and rehabilitational, so that instead of the school operating as a school to prison pipeline, school is actually meant to help evolve society. Like we are becoming more and more of a really like well dressed third world country. That's like we're a third world country with a lot of like shopping options at the end of the day, and a lot of entertainment. And like we see
I
with the
do
laws.
think is that
Oh,
we should have more of a village.
oh
Because they say
yeah,
it takes a village to raise one kid. We don't do
yeah.
that no more.
We
We
don't
don't
have
talk
that
to
village.
strangers.
Yeah, I was literally talking to my Empower driver about that because we were
Mm,
having a conversation about the kids. Because I don't even know how we got on the topic, chat. But he was like, "Yeah, we don't." We don't have the village. And like he's not from here. So where he was from, he said we have a village no matter what.
Mm,
You have that village. I think he was from Nigeria.
mm.
I want to say it was Nigeria. I'm so sorry if I have the wrong place you were from, sir. um, Jasmine B said kids need their ass beat.
Nah, I disagree.
I'm playing. I'm playing.
Certain kids
I mean,
need
it depends. It
to
depends.
yeah.
Cause I might
If
have
you're
to
a
bite my
bully, then you
booty
might
and
need
give real
to
but
get beat up. But
yeah.
nah,
So Night B says, so what's the cost then? Because schools, when I was growing up, also did teach those things you mentioned, yet you didn't see all that stuff going on.
it gets worse. There's this yeah.
Oh,
There you are.
okay. I
You
do
guys ever heard the
remember.
word the
Now I know what he's talking about.
you guys ever heard the
I
term
don't know.
misery pollution?
Or
Are
it
you
could be
in a meeting or
television
anything? I'm on a
wanting
podcast.
clout.
Oh,
Because I mean, think about it. The kids that do get like
I think we're just in a broken system.
recorded, yeah, that
Yeah.
too. But the ones that do record themselves doing these things, people do find their TikToks and stuff. So they do gain clout from this. They
True,
gain
but that
clout
goes
from
back all the way to
attacking their
World
teacher.
Star. That goes back all the
Huh?
way to World Star. Like that goes
Hmm.
back all the way to World Star. Even the
That's
kids
I
who
think
was
that's when it
recording.
started.
mm,
That's when it
That
started.
I mean, that was one level of it, but like, there's always been some level of like people like it starts out as childhood, and like some people straighten out and some people just continue down the dark path. But
Yeah.
the thing I was talking about with misery pollution is the worse things
Hmm.
are around you, the more that is going to impact everyone else and make things worse through them, and the less good you're going to see in the world. And so it's just a feedback loop, and children are just taking all that in, especially, and
Yeah.
then nobody's helping pull them out and like say, hey, look, there's something better coming along the line. You don't have to continue in this. Like, you can build something better because, again, what what is the better coming? We have Joe Biden's old ass, Kamala, Trump, Ron DeSantis. We have climate change coming. We have the Russian war that could become nuclear.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm a kid, I grew up with a lot of anxiety already. I could only imagine what I'd be like growing up now. Being like,
Yeah.
nigga,
And I get that.
nigga.
I was going to mention that the kids they do have a lot more stress than what we
Hmm.
had. We didn't
That's why
have
they're
to really worry
vaping.
about, school shootings and stuff. Like
Hmm.
I think it was Columbine and then it was Virginia Tech. Like and that was
Hmm.
spaced out. That was real spaced out. So I do understand the stress. I do think that they should put mental health advocates and therapists that are really good,
Hmm.
not just anybody off the goddamn street.
Not no Jordan
But
Peterson.
these kids need someone to talk to. They do.
They need to get off their computers and off their electronics and get their butt kicked outside. Lock the door. If they're thirsty, they drink out of the water hose. If they're hungry, a sandwich will be put outside at lunch.
She
Not
said,
the water
touch the
And
hose.
grass.
come back when the light comes on. Boom.
Then we got to
She
make sure that
said,
we stop
touch the
closing down
grass.
spaces for kids. Like, again, we're closing
Yes.
libraries. Like, what is it to do outside? Maybe ride a bike,
Yeah.
maybe play basketball in the
And,
court, but
Oh,
like
we're about to
outside
leave.
of that, what else?
Do you got?
but you know
Did you
what?
get
We
me any more
need to
water?
bring back the rec programs. The
Okay, just give
programs
me
Yes,
where
like
it was
3 minutes.
like you could learn different things. I know that Voice of God, that's what he does.
Hey,
No, no, no. We're not
I'll be
saying
right
just
back.
make them go outside, but
all right.
have them go outside and actually doing something productive. Thank you,
Mm-hmm.
Ibuki. But we have talked on this topic for a very long time.
Yeah.
So
I'll be back.
let's go
I
to
gotta
our
drive
next
home.
topic.
All right.
Child, this is why your butt should have been home.
I didn't have time.
I meant to fade it to black when I said that. I'm so sorry. Oh my
The
god.
messy, messy.
All right. So the next time you see Nina, she'll be in the
Mm-hmm.
car.
Should be on her Fast and
What?
Furious.
Yeah, your ass gonna be in the car. So you better.
I'll be dark.
Shoot. Yeah, You don't see
You
a
gonna hear
you
my
don't just
kids yelling.
It's okay.
eyes.
You're gonna be our little co-host. You're gonna be
Aw.
the co-host.
Okay, well, I'll see you on Sunday. I can't wait to hear y'all
Who
singing,
us?
okay?
Oh,
I thought she
Saturday.
was talking to me.
yeah. It's like
No,
Sunday's
we're
a long
going to
time from
next
now.
week.
I
So,
was like, girl,
you got soccer next week? Okay. Now we'll see you
and
then. I
Yabuki
gotta see my
says,
daddy
while I agree, some kids are
this
hiding at home from bullies or other
Saturday.
violence. The home.
No, the
Hey
kids gotta see the
Nina,
pop up.
I'm gonna mute
you
you.
might want to
Mute
mute.
yourself. Mute yourself. All right. So Yabuki said, while I agree, some kids are hiding at home from bullies or other violence. The home or
Mhm.
safe spaces affect a lot of this. I feel. Yeah, yeah. But you know what? We can go into this a little more
Sorry, I was
another time.
talking to the preacher's
It's okay.
twins.
It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry. All right. So let's go on ahead to our first commercial break. All righty. Okay. Welcome back, y'all. So sorry there were no commercials. All the commercials disappeared. Yeah. All right. Uh, Go ahead, Trey. Where is he? Lord, I didn't even know he wasn't there. Oh my God, this is a mess. This is a mess. We're gonna take a quick break.
A to Z Creations is a Black woman owned business that creates customized items such as rolling trays, clothing, tumblers, glasses, bags, jewelry, and more.
Where'd it go?
Hey, what's your not me dying over the commercial break, but for our oh yeah, for our second topic, my fault. We're gonna be talking about Jordan Neely, his murder. Finally, charges being brought in the case. Finally, and all of the both outcry and applause for the
Post the
murder of a
movie.
black in the New York subway. But yeah, so Jordan Neely, he's someone who's you know been homeless in New York City and was actually known by some people as like a Michael Jackson impersonator, would dance on the subway train, panhandle, make some money, and his own life had both tragic origins as well as a tragic end when he encountered Daniel Penny, which is a name that we got for his murderer, which took at least a week to finally come out. Like they're really trying to protect this guy. But Jordan Neely, he came onto the subway and was shouting and pacing and saying, I don't have food, I don't have a drink, I'm fed up. I don't mind if I go to jail and get life in prison. I'm ready to die. And so a former Marine and college student, Daniel Penny, this white man shot up and decided he was going to fulfill that wish and strangle him on the floor of the subway for 15 minutes. And when it initially happened, The police let him go. When they finally were thinking about arresting him, they wouldn't release his name. They finally released his name, and they brought back finally, like as of like 2 days ago, manslaughter charges against him that carry anywhere from one, I believe, up to 3 to 5, and at most maximum 15 years in prison if he gets convicted. But there's been all this that we got, by the way, wouldn't have happened without protesters, like people showing up at vigils and the police literally brutalizing, body slamming, making
Yeah.
people bleed, people stopping subway trains, and the police wanting to charge those people with domestic terrorism charges, like for peaceful protesting, and people had to like literally be charged as terrorists for us to get a conviction in the first place. And let's not also forget that the person who's representing him is the guy who was running against the current district attorney for Manhattan, and is
Hmm.
against like bail, catch bail reform, and everything like that.
Yeah.
So to me, this is just another example of how blackness is illegal in America, how homelessness is illegal in America, and people will find every excuse for the murder of a black person if if not even if they were violent, not even like it's not like he touched anybody, not like he hurt anybody, but literally for making white people uncomfortable, like we can
Comfortable.
be
Yeah.
killed.
Yeah.
But what's your
So
So,
when did
what
this
y'all know? What y'all
happen?
think? This happened about a week or so ago,
yeah.
Okay,
like
making
at
sure
most 2 weeks
is
ago.
that the one that happened near my house when I was up there?
Oh,
Mm,
oh,
Uh,
wait.
remember when I
yeah.
Oh, I know what you're
uh
talking about.
no, it was in near Central Grand Central Station.
Hmm.
Somebody got killed either by the train or on a
Oh,
train,
yeah.
and they shut down
Mm.
all like that whole area.
Damn. Well, I think
Yeah, it's
that
up to the start of May.
what that guy did was absolutely disgusting. You are a disgusting man. Nobody told you to get your ass out of the seat and go
But
and strangle somebody.
why did nobody stop him? Like you
That's what
see
I
him
want
on
to
the
know.
ground, you see him on the ground,
Strangling the
strangling
man.
for 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Like if he did it 5 minutes, I could understand. Like nobody was able to get to him in 5 minutes. Like
But they stood
15
over
minutes,
him and held him down.
Mhm.
This is my
and
issue with some
those
of
trains are
y'all.
fast,
Yeah.
so people
And this
came
is
in and out.
in and out. Exactly.
Yeah,
So can I'm gonna say this. I do know some people that take their job in the military a little too goddamn serious. You are a citizen. Sit your ass on that train. Leave people alone. If you are not out here on the field, leave people alone. He
I think.
probably thought to himself
See,
he was gonna be this hero that saved
but see,
the
I think
train.
if the guy was actually like threatening people, like he's
He
going to
was
shoot
not.
them up, then
He
I could
was
see the guy trying to, put him out of misery. But the guy just said that he wanted to die.
he said he was
Maybe in his
hungry.
head, he was thinking, he's doing a guy a service of ending his life. I
No.
don't know. No, no, no.
But
Because a lot of these
yeah,
ex-military, they do suffer mental illness. I am gonna. They do. That is like
sure, but so do the
every time you
homeless.
and the homeless. But that's what I'm saying is that you don't know where his mentality was.
But
Like
if he did not put
he,
his hands on people, he wasn't doing anything. He just said, I'm hungry. That's what he was screaming.
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
He was hoping someone would call the police so he could be
his
put in jail
mind
so he'd have
at
some
that
food to
moment.
eat and a place to
Hmm.
stay. Like, think about how bad it was for him that he was like, the only way I'm going to be able to survive is if one of these people feel uncomfortable enough to call the police. And instead,
Hmm.
somebody went the next step and said, I feel uncomfortable enough, or I feel emboldened enough by everybody's uncomfortability to slaughter
Hmm.
you. To like,
Basically.
yeah. And like,
So,
yeah, if you're, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
oh, I'm sorry. Night B asks, how can we be mad at white supremacy killing black men, but be okay with false accusations against black men being normalized like back in Jim Crow? I'm not getting into Jonathan Majors today. Like,
Is that what that is? Because I'm
I love
like,
you, Night B,
what?
but I'm not getting into Jonathan Majors today. But I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But we still don't
And
know
plus, no one is
everything about
choking
what
Jonathan
happened.
Majors. No one's choking. If anything, it's
I,
the white woman who
look,
supposedly choked in that situation.
shit, exactly. Jonathan Majors would have beat the shit out of him. But no,
Hmm.
in all seriousness, though, this is why you mind your business. This is why black people mind their business. We don't fuck with shit that we ain't in. If you don't touch us, we ain't touching you. Okay? We don't have the time to one, go to jail because we're going to get a harsher sentence. And two, I don't know. I'm not getting into Jonathan Majors today, Night B. But I'm just like, this man, I don't know what in his brain told him and the other two men. Where in your brain did it tell y'all that this was the perfect idea to do that to someone? Why would you do that? Like, and now you want to run around here like I didn't mean to. You did it for 15 minutes. I think after 90 seconds, you lose consciousness. At least 90. Why would you do that?
He said
And
it wasn't
you know
enough for
what?
me to get. Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say he said it wasn't enough for me to get bodies in another country. I need to get them on American soil too, because listen, for most people, they wouldn't put their hands on a homeless person in the first place. Like,
Thank
let's be
you.
real. So he wrapped his arm around a homeless person who had not restrained, grabbed, smacked, touched, pushed
Anyone.
anybody. He put his
Yeah.
hands around him, took him to the floor, and was on him as if he was stopping him from blowing up a bomb or something. Like, he wanted a kill on some Kyle Rittenhouse shit. He wanted to be
Yeah.
a white savior on American soil.
Child, now you gonna be the savior or the pseudo savior up there with Pookie, Ray Ray, Dante, okay, and Tay Tay. And they gonna
If he gets
fight you.
convicted. Because right
Oh,
now
he
he's
will.
free
Oh, he
pending
will.
trial.
Because he paid bond. That's
Hmm.
why. If he hadn't paid bond, that ass still be in jail. But let me tell you, they gonna beat your ass in jail, sir. They're going to beat your butt. Cause I think Nina looked at me like baby's in the back. But seriously, they're gonna kill you. And he should get convicted. Because where was the threat? I walk past homeless people downtown a lot. They yell, they scream, they want to be heard, they want to be helped. Never in my 32 years of living have I ever thought to myself, he's yelling. Let me choke him out. Like I don't get it. Where did it come from? Nina?
Nina's taking in the views. No, but
Yeah.
nah, yeah.
Oh no. And look,
Nina's on the scenic
before
trip.
you start talking names,
No,
I just want to say, I just want to say something real quick.
Jack and Leah had to use the bathroom. That's why I was looking
Oh,
around, making sure.
okay. But no, I just want to say real quick when I said the thing about the military thing, people, I'm saying I know people. It's not only y'all. Before y'all hop in these comments saying I just said something about all military. My
But
family's military,
I
but
also got something to say about that. If you are in the if you're in or out of the military and you guys have mental issues, go get checked out because it's only going to get worse before it gets
hmm
better.
hmm
And especially like there's resources for you, especially if you're out of the military. The VA, the first thing when you call them to schedule anything is if this is an emergency or you feel like you're in harm
that's
or
right. They
suicide,
do.
call this number. So
hmm
please use your resources. And that's for anybody. Use your resources. Call if you feel like you're going to harm yourself or harm somebody else. It does happen. Um, it does happen. It's not. I'm not saying you're a bad person for doing it.
hmm
But if you feel like you need help, and those that are around, please, when you see the signs, speak up because they might not know at the moment that they're going through anything. They might not see the signs that they're bipolar or having their lows or highs. So be kind to each other, learn the signs, and let somebody know.
Um, Night B, they are not choking that man's career. I need him to go to
Yo,
court.
you need to be on the Jonathan Majors PR team.
I love
No,
it.
but no,
Night.
but listen, the 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 way that we like operate in society where the lower the rung is, the more violence we permit for you. The same way we have compassion for people who served in the military for the mental illnesses that they can have coming out of it. That's the same kind of shit we should have for the homeless because think about the PTSD of not having a place to live. Especially like remember we've done stories about how not only were the mayor like harassing homeless people, they were taking their shit, throwing
Yeah.
it into the trash,
Mhm.
and then asking if they wanted to get into shelters. Like if you're living on the streets by yourself, you've been to a shelter before
Yeah.
and you see how fucked up shit could be in there, and you want to be by yourself. You don't want to be in that kind of situation. So we need to get to the point where we're
That's
housing
all.
people and rather than like overcrowding them and like ignoring them if their shit gets stolen or like putting them with guards who don't really give a fuck and will retaliate against them. We need to give a fuck about their mental health beyond just like someone calling me at 311, for example, and asking to be transferred to NYC. Well, we need
hmm
real resources that's gonna like reach out for people in a way that's not just like, well, if you jump through this right hoop, I can help you. If you have it, go over here, bitch. Like we need to like look out for these people.
Um, I'm sorry, that was the little fan. I got real hot over here.
Mm.
Um, Night B, we are talking about a homeless man who was choked to death by a Marine. We are not talking about Jonathan Majors and his career at the moment. And we don't know if he actually lost his gig in the MCU. So that has not been confirmed.
That
But,
and other people, yeah, go ahead.
oh, but I really wish that this situation could have been different where people would have went and said, okay, he's saying he's hungry. Do I have a cracker? Do I have a candy bar in my purse or in my bag? Can I just give him lunch?
But you know what?
This man's
A lot
mother
of
died.
people
Oh, go
a
ahead.
lot of people don't want to share their food, anything like that anymore, because you get sued
Mm.
for the stupidest thing. If you
hmm
give a homeless a burger and you don't know if they're allergic to something, they can turn around and sue you for giving them something. Yeah,
Oh,
there has been
that's
cases
Who?
of
Listen.
who's doing
not
that?
just homeless,
Where is that
but
Let
at?
not just towards homeless. There are people. Why do you think McDonald's got the hot sign on their cups for
Oh, child.
for drinks? because somebody turned around
Sure.
and hot got on their hand some coffee, or they burned their tongue and was like, "Oh, I'm gonna sue you for the hot coffee burning my tongue because it didn't say caution hot item."
But how many lawyers is taking cases from homeless people for like food?
Just
Like, and a
just
homeless
like
person will
I mean,
usually
there's some
ask you
people that will do
for
pro
what they
bono.
want.
no, no. But look how stupid. Okay, so back in the when you had the metal cars, in the manual
Mhm.
it shows you how to change your spark plugs, how to fix your car. Nowadays it says caution, do not drink the battery. Like, how stupid
What?
of you have to put if you look at the manual now versus back like in the 60s, ours now says do not drink battery juice.
I mean, some
Oh,
people
Yes,
y'all
got
can't be
impulsive
that
caution.
thoughts, and
fucking
they
dumb.
do the fucked up shit.
We
Some people
can't
got
be
the
this
impulsive
dumb as a
thoughts.
society. We are not.
Yes. We have to put warnings on basically everything so we won't get sued, because our country is one of the highest for getting sued, for
I
suing
mean,
people,
it's kind of,
and
but
it's over stupid common sense. Who in the
Okay.
right mind go, "Oh, I want to drink a battery"? Like, seriously, or who? Just like oil, like, no, coolant. They put a warning sign on it. Do not drink.
Yeah, drink. I mean, I can see that
It
for
will kill you.
toddlers. I can see that for toddlers, to
For
be honest.
toddler, no.
there's
It's
some
just
people
Toddlers
who
will
stupid.
cook
look
with
at
Like,
coolant
antifreeze,
and
though.
drink it. Yes, they will. Just like they
no,
open
I'm just
no.
bleach.
saying.
It's hard to open the bottle itself,
Oh, that's
but the
right.
fact that you have to put something like that,
Listen,
You know
this
what?
is more so about companies trying to protect themselves and people trying to use those things to kill themselves, though. In
Yeah.
general, they have to put that there because, like, all right, we're getting sued because the person survived their suicide attempt or some dumb shit like that. But in
Hmm.
general, a homeless person, if they're asking for food, they'll let you know what kind of food they want. They'll say, "Can
Yeah.
you buy me a sandwich? Can you do like?" They will let you know. Like,
Yeah.
they,
oh, one
they'll
Give me
let
a
second.
you
hot
know.
dog. But you know
Mhm.
what? I've given uh homeless people food. Like it could have been like the last thing that I could have ate that day. And I remember I was on a train this one time, and it was this guy. He used to always be on the train. I had given him money and stuff, but this one day I didn't have like cash on me. So I was like, "Hey, you want this bag of popcorn?" He said, "Hell yeah!" And he went and he ate it. He enjoyed it. He thanked me and everything. Like, we have to have a lot more compassion. Like you were saying earlier, we got to have compassion because a lot of people are going through things that we don't know about. Like, that Marine didn't know that that man is dealing with the death of his mother. He was going through things. He was going through
A mother who was
homelessness.
strangled to death. Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that. See, that's even
yeah, by
fucking
like I think his
worse.
stepdad figure.
Oh, see, this is what I mean. We don't know what people are going through. And I'm glad that we're talking about this because it is Mental Health Awareness Month, by the way. We're still in it. Yeah. And I just, like I said, I wish that this could have been different. And Night B, I'm going to
Is it
fight
about
you when
Jonathan
I see
Majors?
you.
Is it about Mr. Majors?
He said, can't complain about white supremacy killing a black guy, yet co sign normalizing false accusations against a black man. Yes, that man lost money and business deal over the false accusations. Okay, but was
We
it
could spit and
MCU?
chew gum at the same time. We could do
Yeah,
both. And plus,
exactly.
if one more than likely Jonathan Majors, whatever happens, Jonathan Majors is more than likely not going to go to prison, even if he's
Exactly.
like held like civilly liable and he has to pay out some money. Do you really think they're going to put him in jail? Like he will be fine, even if he's not doing big
He gonna
roles.
have a nice comeback.
5, 10 years from now, he'll probably be in something. Like
Yeah. I feel like okay, I will say this about Jonathan Majors. I believe after this, he's gonna have a major comeback and it's gonna be beautiful. All right. All right, so Let's go to the next commercial break.
Creations is a black woman owned business that creates customized items such as rolling trays, clothing, tumblers, glasses, bags, jewelry, and more.
Okay.
Hello, and welcome back from our commercial break. So, I am finally able to talk about the Bear program. So, this program was founded back in 1980 by Pastor Bill Wilson in Bushwick, Brooklyn. So, in the early 80s, when Pastor Bill first started running buses and picking up kids for Sunday school in Brooklyn, at that time everyone called it Yogi Bear Sunday School. And, so skip ahead to present day and known as Metro World Kids. So basically, he did this to make learning about Jesus fun and exciting part of the kids' week. They believe that it's a crime to bore kids with gospel because Jesus is anything but boring. Um, You can find Metro World Kids Sunday school sites all across New York City. They are located throughout all five boroughs, Tuesday and Saturday. Their Sunday school program typically run anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, during which time they sing interactive songs, play fun games, win cool prizes, and of course teach interesting and relevant life lessons from the Bible. So this program been around nearly 40 years, and they have locations around the globe, so all over the world. They have Sunday school and location in Kenya, South Africa, India, Peru, Colombia, and the Philippines, to name a few. So Metro programs involved over 200,000 kids, making Metro World Kids the largest Sunday school in the world. So, like I said, it's been around for a long time. My
Your thing is
Tristan,
choppy.
my Tristan, another Tristan. Oh, sorry, the other Tristan I know. He was actually a bit when it was in when
Okay,
when he
so
was raised.
we can't really hear you. Like you're kind of choppy. Were you hitting like Wi-Fi or
I'm
something?
sorry.
Were you hitting Wi-Fi?
I turned off my Wi-Fi, so and I had the
It's
window
it's
down,
still
so I
showing
brought it back
attention.
up.
Oh, there we
Can you
go.
hear me?
Okay, that's yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So the Yogi Bear program has been around 40 years. It started from Bushwick, Brooklyn, um, and now it's called, instead of Yogi Bear Sunday School, it is now called Metro World. And it's been
Hmm.
around, is around the whole wide world, so it's considered one of the largest Sunday school in the globe. And the kids go to it. It's about 30 to an hour long program, and they have a lot of different activities for these kids. And Tristan, my other Tristan, was telling me about how when he was a kid, they would come by, pick pick him up by the bus, and or they come by buses, and they'll do activities in the on the school blocks. Especially was it after school? So after school, they would do it, and they'll have different games, treats, prizes, just trying to get try to get these kids to have other things to do and to teach them about Jesus and God.
All right. Okay, so when you first brought this topic up, I was like, Yogi Bear. I'm like, what
That's what
is
I said.
that? Yeah. So as you guys know, I'm Muslim, but I will say this. I think that that is a very interesting little program. It gets kids, doing things. It's something positive and that's from their religion. It's something good for the
But,
kids. They get
but I
food.
think they need to
Yeah, I
bring
like it.
programs like that back. Like, like people say, like the dare program. A lot of people's like, oh, that didn't help me from smoking weed and stuff like that.
Shoot,
But
I smoke.
it
It
helped a
didn't
lot of
help
other
me either.
kids. But
I
but
guess.
it did help other people. So be worried because a lot of people when
You
they
so
think of doing
childish.
drugs, they think of like junkies,
Yeah, I got you.
that kind of thing.
You know,
Not like,
you know what
oh, I
keeps
smoke
me
weed.
from doing
Everyone's
drugs? Intervention. This show. Oh my god. If I ever get like so stressed where I'm like, I wonder what meth is like.
oh, I'm so sorry.
I just
See,
I
me was
just
a dare
throw it
program,
on and be like, oh, okay. Yeah, I don't want that.
but see, for me, it was a dare program because they actually brought like people who was going in withdrawal. They bring like people who went through it to actually
What?
talk to us. So
I mean,
they actually did more
did they?
things
Hold up, did they?
for the program for
They,
me
they brought people
where
who
I
was in
was
the
at.
middle of withdrawals. What?
It's the-
They were
And you
abusing
see them
people going through
shaking.
a mental crisis. What?
Yes. Guess what? It can't be straight.
Oh,
Are you sure
they
they
were
weren't
exploiting
actors?
those people. Oh my
No,
Are you
they
god.
were
sure
actually,
they were really
yeah.
going through
Because you knew them off the
drugs?
streets.
Oh my god.
That's
What are you talking?
dangerous. That's dangerous.
What if they kidnapped the school? What the hell?
Even Nita laughing like, "Ah!"
What?
Okay, first, so okay, let's
They
get off the
scare
dare
me.
program.
But the Yogi Bear, I wish there was more
Oh,
programs like that for different religions. That way kids could, try different religions, see which one they like, and stick to
Yeah,
it.
I like
mm,
that. I like that. I mean, I like I said, I like the positive outreach of the program that they go to different neighborhoods. It's not just one place, you know. They're actually doing things. And
That's
I
around
saw
the
the little
world.
stage. I was like, "Oh, that's cute. It looks like a little puppet show. That's cute. I like it, you know." but the damn program did not help me. I'm sorry. I smoke weed. I smoke it. I didn't smoke it before the show, but I did smoke it. Oh my. But I think it's really cool though. Um
I was just gonna say, Nina, what do you think is the best thing about the Yogi program or Yogi Bear program in your area?
I don't know about I don't
oh,
know
they're
if it's
not in
around my
your
area,
area. They're not.
Ah,
but from what I heard, I think just getting the kids interactive and actually want to do this is the best part. Because at the end of the day, a lot of people, once they stop believing in their religion or they don't know what to believe or not to believe, they're easily influenced and easier prey for anything. And I'm not saying, oh, you gotta be Christian or you gotta be Muslim or whatever. I'm saying, whatever you believe in it with your full heart
Yeah.
because it's easy to
Yeah.
like go back and forth. But
Mhm.
it's a journey.
It is.
Try different things and figure it out which one you like better.
um so are we done with Yogi? I'm sorry.
Hold on. Let me see if
Mhm.
Tristan wants to say anything. Is there anything you
Come
want to say?
on.
Hey everybody. I think Yogi Bear program saved a lot of lives in the hood. It's absolutely saved one. I gotta say that.
Yeah.
Just to have people come out to show that they care about what you do and what they what not to do in this world. It wasn't just about teaching us how to pray and stuff like that. It was about teaching us how to not be on the streets, teaching us
Yeah.
that there's a better way.
Mhm.
And I remember I got my first pet. I got a pet fish, and I love fish now. But I got my first pet, and they showed you how to take care of it, how to take care of yourself. And so I think that it's a great program. I wish that they would branch out more across the U.S. Uh, because it really does help, and especially getting into the communities that don't have the resources and don't have the people to do stuff like that.
Yeah. And that's what
So
I found like really awesome about the program is that
Mhm.
they were going to all five boroughs. I love it.
hmm
So
Now they're in
Yabuki says,
Africa, South America.
"Hey."
Oh, go ahead.
So Yabuki says, "Find solace in something when you have nothing." And
Mhm.
Night B said, "LOL" as something else. This is a while ago. And Jasmine B said, "Wrong." I'm not sure what wrong was for. I'm guessing it was probably something with Jonathan Majors. Um,
oh, I
but
thought it wrong about them bringing the people
oh
with
God, no,
drawers
no,
into the
no.
schools.
I'm just, I'm just able to get to
Yeah,
the
that's wrong.
comments now. Yeah, I'm so sorry, y'all. All right, and so you did throw the Ebony K. Williams, Night B, and Jazz. Oh shit, almost fell. All right, I have a lot to say about this. Why is it so wrong that she said she would not date a bus driver? What is so wrong with that? She is a high powered and paid attorney who also runs a podcast and also does television.
So you
Why
tell me
should
because she has
she?
standards?
Thank you. Thank you, Nina. She
I mean,
wasn't
we all
dissing.
don't have the same.
Like,
Like, we
I'm going
all
to be
got
very
different types.
honest.
So,
A bus driver is not going to be able to keep up with the lifestyle that she is used to. She will end up taking care of him. I'm sorry.
and she's gonna
And
hate him
that's
for it.
why. And y'all attacked her. It made it seem as if she said that about all black men. Get your life, go touch some grass, okay? Look at the sun, not
Mhm.
directly,
Oh,
but with some sunglasses.
have you guys ever
Only
heard
touch
of?
a light.
I have something funny to say. Okay,
Go ahead.
so this is the first time I have. Have you ever heard of cook and raw?
Like cook
Cooking
food
raw.
and raw food.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Okay.
girl, I don't know.
So one of my nieces told me, she goes, "Oh, so Jack's father is raw meat, is raw," and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" She goes, "Because when you look at
No.
a chicken when it's raw,
Yeah.
and then when
That pink chicken.
you,
No.
and she goes, I can't deal with raw meat," and I'm like, "What are you talking about raw meat? You just cook pork chops." She's like, "I don't even like cooked meat." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, what the heck are you talking about?" She goes, "You never heard of that?" I said, "No."
She said, Daddy is cut. Jack's daddy ain't. All right. So,
Chill out for the day.
beige
Now you live
chicken.
longer.
Yabuki said beige chicken. Oh no. Night B says, "What you talking about? Some bus drivers make more. What bus driver make more than a lawyer?
I want to
My
be that
biggest
bus
thing.
driver,
A high-powered attorney?
which
My
I've
makes
my
probably
biggest
heard."
over 6 figures.
my
Now,
biggest thing
I
is
will
in
say
reality.
Metro
Oh, go
does
ahead.
pay them well. Metro does pay their drivers
But
well
does it
because
pay 6 to 7 figures?
In reality,
she
most.
makes more than that.
Yeah.
Okay, like I
Remember,
said,
she runs her own show. She also is on television,
no, that's what I
people.
said. Does the
Oh no,
bus
not you,
driver
honey.
make more
I'm listening
than
to you.
6 to 7 figures?
I'm not shallow. I never said I wouldn't.
Mhm.
Huh?
Now, I have talked to bus drivers. I'm not shallow. Just because I agree that she is a high-powered attorney.
And even if she
Well, she
wasn't, she
makes
has
more
her
money than the
standards,
damn
and
bus
she has.
driver.
But the thing is, at the end
With
of the day,
everything
she has standards,
combined,
and
hold on. With everything combined that she does, she makes way more than a bus driver. There's not, I mean, that's like people getting mad at me for saying I don't want to date somebody that deals drugs. And they make
that's
more
your
than
type,
me.
and that's your standards.
Thank you. She said, I don't want to date a bus driver. Why? Okay, public defender, what the fuck? I don't care. She's still a damn lawyer. It don't matter. She said she don't want to date him, and everybody in their damn mama got fucking up in the air because they felt
See,
like she attacked them. She would not. I know they are. Thank you, Yabuki. But my thing is this: why is it wrong that she said, "Hey, I am an attorney. I am a whatever y'all want to call her." She worked her ass off in school.
oh, student.
Okay, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I used to have that major. It ain't no joke. Okay, it takes a lot of your time. Okay, and she said I done graduated two damn schools because you have to graduate law school in order to be a lawyer. Okay, take the test. I want to see a bus driver take the test. All the people who feel that she is wrong, take take the test. Take it. I
Take the
dated a
bar.
one.
So.
I dated one.
Mhm.
Trust and believe. It ain't no joke. It doesn't matter. She said she don't want to. That's her choice. Black women should not have to lower their standards because of y'all's feelings.
I'm
Point
sorry,
blank,
any
period.
woman should not have to lower their
But this is only
standards.
towards black women, though.
Yeah,
Black women always get
especially the black
this.
women. Yeah, yeah.
Whenever we say we have a type and a preference of a job that we want to have, of someone that we're dating, it's always wrong. I told myself I didn't want to date somebody that did not have the same drive as me. Is that shallow? Uh-uh.
Well,
Tremaine, we gonna have to
what?
have a talk, sir. Talk about some black men lowering her standard to be with a woman like that. Cause she's a lawyer, she went to school. I'm not missing the point. The point is that she said for her. Why is everybody taking it so much to heart? It
Well,
is
I
about
mean,
her. She never
yeah.
said black women don't date bus drivers. She said I wouldn't date a bus driver. And that is her choice.
Mm-hmm.
And if y'all don't like it,
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you.
Call her.
Because yeah, call her at this point. Okay, and that's white women. I don't care about white women. I'm talking about black women. The women that look like me. Okay? I'm talking about how oh, you said you want to be on the panel. You know
Hmm.
what? Well, black men do need to be better because they should not have attacked her for saying what her preference was.
There's
Oh, but
that,
That's
and
how
then
with
there's
you
black,
train
also
say
black
about
women
uh,
women.
better. How
Why
they
is that
called her a
open?
witch.
Oh,
They called her a bitch.
mhm.
They said
of
all
course, on
this
top of the.
stuff, but yet she's wrong for saying, "Hey, do better. If you want someone like her, do better." That's it. She
But we
didn't
also
say
got to
black women
recognize,
make the black
yeah,
men do better. She just said, "Hey, I don't want a bus
yeah.
driver."
And I don't even see
What's
it as
wrong with
necessarily
y'all?
doing better financially. It's more so that black men want to play the game, the same capitalist and patriarchal game of like, if a woman is at a certain age, they should be ready to settle down. But at the same time, too, they really don't want to be with. They want the benefit of being with someone who makes enough that like they'll be comfortable still, but they don't want someone to have the financial earning power to leave them in the situation that like if they start fucking up. And like that's where a lot of it is. That's where the secret
She
is
didn't
really
stereotype
not being
a
told.
whole group of people. I'm
I
sorry.
know, but
Go
I'm saying
ahead.
for the
No, not
discourse,
you, not you. I
like
was
yeah,
responding. I'm sorry. I'm
oh, okay.
responding to the thing.
But
Oh
yeah, for
Lord.
as far as the discourse goes, like at the end of the day, there's a lot of black women who make more than their partners and like hold it down in the relationship. That's already a reality in the black community. But so like you shouldn't even be worried about that. They're worried about it because again, these are men who want to make women feel they need to settle for them. They want more options in women. Not even realize they're not going to be able to be with all these women in the first place, but they want women to humble themselves even as they're providing in the relationship. And it's like, what do you think is going to happen? The more you say that women need to, not have no consequences to being out here messing with people. So we need to like black men who are going along with like abortion, like rights being taken away and stuff like that, and less access for like reproductive care. Do you not think that women will then become even more selective in who they mess with? Like you don't benefit in the same way you think you're going to benefit, but if you continue to go along with everything else that these conservative white men are pushing for, this is exactly what's going to come up. You're going to get more women
Okay,
who are
you're
like,
being
I'm not
told
going
that
to.
you're talking about false stuff. So I'm real quick. Let me read these comments. All right, Night B said you just said some false shit, dude. Night B
So
also said,
I'm the one who said the
"Oh,
false shit. So go ahead.
okay." Night B also said, "What percentage of black women make more than their men?" That's not true at all, dude. No, it's
Dude, do
not.
you not have
Uh,
Google? Google it.
What?
Google.
What
You
percentage
have
of
you're
men
on your
in
computer right now. Google it.
America? Oh, hold on. Hold on, what percentage of men in America make six figures or more? Nah, nah, Ebony trash for that. And she shouldn't throw blue collar black men under the bus. Nobody. Oh, darn it. Hold on, y'all. I gotta see if I can I scroll. I can't even scroll, so I had to go to YouTube, don't I? So I can see like everything, cause y'all were coming in so fast. Um.
No, but in
Okay, I can
reality,
do
like
it this way.
blue
Okay,
collar
so it
people are gonna
says
date blue
he
collar
said, yeah.
people. Go ahead.
Hold up. What white women date blue collar men all the time? Why you don't see other races of women putting down their blue collar men? They do. I know a lot of them.
Yeah,
Uh, and Night B
they
said, yeah,
literally
be
have
on
the
this
whole
panel. Drop the
hypergamy
link.
conversations over there.
Hold on, hold on. Uh, it's asks, so why only black women do this crap? And Yabuki say, I stay better. I don't know what Yabuki's talking about. Um, uh, Night B says she wasn't even successful with dating white men. I've dated white men, Indian men, black men, Latinos, everything.
Also, what does that?
And I
Yeah,
wasn't
what does that
successful with
mean?
them.
What does that mean? Like,
Does
will
that
we say
mean that
Jonathan
I'm
Majors
not
is successful?
successful?
Will we say Jonathan Majors
Like,
is not successful with dating white
what
women?
if he, and from, hold on. And the thing is this, obviously, you did not watch Real Housewives of New York because she actually explained what happened during that time with him. So let's not do that. And then Jasmine B says, yep, she's wrong. And why stereotype a whole group of people for no reason? She wasn't stereotyping a whole group of people. She just said that she would not date a bus driver. Her preference, her right. That's why I don't care when people say they like white girls. I don't give a fuck.
I got a question.
I
Did
don't.
she say she won't date black bus drivers or just
No, she said she wouldn't date a bus driver. And
okay?
people went off.
So,
Listen,
but she didn't say
as
she
long
won't date a black person, a black man.
yeah, as long
Thank
as
you.
we go with this thing of patriarchy and capitalism, where like you literally need to work to survive, and where we expect the man to be earning more, then
I saw
yes,
the
you're
follow
gonna
up
have more of this
video.
situation. You're gonna have more of the
Oh,
situation where more women are gonna be
yeah.
like, why would I? There's a reason why more women are being child free and single. There's a reason why more women are saying, I'm going to make sure if I'm going to marry, then there are certain things that are requisite to it. And again, the less
Put
you care
it
about community,
over there, but
care
put
about
it in the coffee.
fixing the broken
No,
system,
put it there and on there.
I
going
know
to
she
say
made the
like fuck
hold up.
y'all on that side because you're not gonna be helpful. You're not gonna be
Yeah.
beneficial.
Hold on. Let me explain to y'all what's going on and why she even made the follow up video in the first place. She went on the Breakfast Club after being attacked for a whole weekend, right?
Hmm.
And it was not white men that were attacking her, it was black people. That is why in her follow up video, she said black men need to do better. Because just because she said that she don't want to date a certain career path, that she is this horrible person. Like that no, she's not. So yes, y'all do need to do better instead of jumping on black women because they said they don't want to date a certain person in a career. Leave them alone. If they don't want to date a blue collar person, let it go. I understand people's little feelings were hurt,
Especially for the
but
same guys who be
that's
like, you
her
chose wrong.
preference.
Yeah, the same people who say you chose
She
wrong
makes
if you date
money.
somebody who makes less than you and leaves them. Like, we can't tell women they choose wrong and then say,
We don't
oh,
even
you
know who
have
damn
like these higher
choose.
qualifications for how you choose. That's stupid. Like, you have to then be against capitalism, patriarchy, to then make this argument that like, oh, we shouldn't undermine blue class workers. What undermines working class blue collar workers is capitalism. It's patriarchy. It's the shit
Mm,
that's got us scraping for dollars. That's the real problem. The problem isn't how we try and survive that shit. That's a symptom
Yeah.
of it.
And I feel like people shouldn't have jumped on her for this. This is so stupid.
No.
Not the topic, but the fact that people were jumping on someone for their opinion that wasn't racist, didn't really
Mm-mm.
do anything to them. Did did it
But it
cause
doesn't
bus
change
drivers
their
to lose
life.
their job?
Not to mention
Did
that
it
when guys
cause
date women
bus
with
drivers
less,
to lose their
mhm,
job?
yeah, when guys date women with less and they start asking for
No, no,
things,
no, no, no.
they call
She's
them
not
gold
basing a
diggers.
relationship off of money or careers. She just
Yeah.
said that's her preference.
Hmm.
You have to be able to supply the lifestyle that she is already used to.
You got
That's
to
it.
add
That's
something to the
all.
plate.
She was already poor. You think she gonna want to go back to that? She had to pay for law school. She had to pay that shit out of
Yeah.
pocket. Debt. All
Hmm.
that. She is not going backwards. I'm sorry. I'm not saying that being with a bus driver would make her poor, but come on, let's be real. Oh, y'all complain all the
She
time.
wants somebody who wants to be her equal.
Thank you.
That's
Just like
all.
I wanted
And if
someone that
you,
was going to
yeah,
be my equal. I didn't want somebody that would sit at home in their mama's house. I
yeah,
did.
not to
Okay,
mention
so am
there's,
I a gold
yeah,
digger because I wanted somebody that had a job? Am I a
Of
gold digger
course.
because of that?
That-
but
It
not to
doesn't
mention,
matter.
yeah,
It doesn't matter about her
okay,
being
I
a
got a
public
question.
defender. Go ahead.
What is the nickname for a guy who is a tech, quote unquote gold digger? Because
Mm,
a
everybody's quick to
homosexual,
consider a female.
you said a homosexual.
no,
I'm fucking done.
homosexual,
Oh, a
yeah,
hobosexual.
homosexual,
I call a
yeah.
lot of people hobosexuals.
Mm.
Equal to
But no, like,
her.
She
Equal
was a
to her.
partner, not a
She's not
babysitter.
only a public defender, she runs show. Like, do y'all not understand that this woman is on television? Or is that like going over everybody's head? All y'all see is the fact that she's a public defender, whatever. But she also has other
yeah.
things that she does. She needs somebody that's gonna be on her level. Oh, gigolo, you right, girl. You right,
Gigolo.
Mhm.
gigolo.
Oh,
Well,
thank
that's
you.
more
Yeah. Thank
But
of
you
you,
a
don't use
hoe
that
ass.
than a
often.
hoe.
But the thing is, you don't hear that often unless a guy is dating somebody older and richer, not younger and richer.
Yeah.
But but when a female wants to be find somebody who's her equal, that's bad,
It's wrong. Yeah,
especially
it's
if she's a black
wrong.
woman. But if a man wants to find somebody who's richer, you
Why
go,
do y'all
man,
keep
you
talking about her
got it.
law career?
Or that a lot of
Why do
men will
y'all
date
keep
women who
talking
make
about that?
less
Let's
simply
we
for
gonna
the sake
go
of
past the
control.
law career and talk about the other things that she does. Why are we still stuck on her law career only when I've already listed everything else she does? It's not just that money. She has other things too. She needs someone who can do what she does on a daily basis. Point blank, period. And I understand that y'all feel a type of way.
But it's
Okay, and that's
also
cool if
like
men don't care about
yeah.
no one. Actually, no.
Mhm.
Rempet's dad used to care about my money. He did. And he would say horrible shit to me when I was too sick to work. Let's not lie like that. They do care about how much money we bringing in too.
They're just low key. They're slick
Yeah.
about
Well,
it.
there's that, or
Cause
they
y'all
want a woman who
already
makes
talking about
less
50
for the
50,
control
right?
of it.
Are we not talking about 50 50 all the damn
That's another thing
time?
too.
So you need
Yeah,
us to have
yeah.
a job so we can supply a roof over our heads so we can be partners. Am I
And
lying, people?
yeah, let's not forget too. There's a
Cause
lot of women who
I
don't
see that
care.
fucking conversation
Yeah,
all the time. And I'm tired of that fucking conversation.
Which
I'm
one?
sorry. The one about
Which
50
conversation?
50. Who cares? Like, I don't care about 50 50. I
yeah.
don't.
Okay, I'm sorry about when it comes to money and chores and stuff like that. Yeah, it's 50-50, but this is the way I see it. If I work most of the, if I make most of the money, if I get 60%, then I want you to do 60% in chores that, and I'll do 40% in
Yeah.
chores. That way it's equal balance. It's equal that way. But
Mm-hmm.
the thing is that a lot of times people forget when you become a wife or you're a mom, you
I'm sorry,
forget
not you, honey.
that we are the doctors, we are the nurses, we're the cleaners, we are the financial, we're the accountant,
Ow.
and we still got to work. We are 24-hour job and still work. But when a
Mm-hmm.
and a guy, and I'm not saying every single guy because there are single fathers and there are some good guys that do some of this thing. But a guy go to work and if he does something for the kids, he gets, oh my gosh, you're such a great husband for helping your wife out or helping your baby
Mm-hmm.
mama.
Mm,
And it's like, what did you do? Oh, I just took him
yeah.
outside to the bus stop. I do that. I don't get no claps or anything. Do you see me getting any appreciation? No. We get
No.
appreciation on our birthday and Mother's Day. Like they had to put that in there so we could get appreciated.
So,
Like,
real
I
quick.
was gonna say,
So,
yeah,
Jasmine B. No, I'm sorry. Night B said, women will date men that are pookies for the same ability to control that dude. And those are the women that should not be in relationships. And
yeah.
Jasmine B
There's a
said
lot of people.
relationships should not be
Yeah,
based off of their career. Okay, cool. But once them bills start rolling in, the mortgage, the light
or
bill,
what happened if you lose your
everything,
roof, the roof over your house,
thank
or
you.
you know
What
how
am
in
I
the
gonna do?
beginning they like in the beginning the guys love to give you presents and stuff, and you get used to that. Why? But they can't do it no more. What are you gonna do? You gonna stick
What
around?
you gonna do?
Because I know a lot of females be
but that's
like,
I
another thing.
probably, I
Yeah,
well,
would, I would stick around.
but like I said, not too many females would, because they're
well,
used
more
to.
females.
Oh,
Yeah, most females
So,
would
where's
because
my
they've already
present?
been
Where's my gift?
conditioned.
hold
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
on, y'all. I just want to read the rest of the comments.
All right.
Oh, yes, yeah.
So Night B said no, they don't. And then Night B also said Tiger Woods dated a chick that was a waiter. That's because he likes control. And then Night B
Yeah.
said false. Men never talk about how much a woman makes when talking with their dudes. Yes, they do. I promise you they
Yeah, they
do.
do.
They talk
And
about how
Jasmine
much a
B
woman's taken
says
from them.
that
Or
too.
how much? Or hey, my girl just bought me this chain. Or hey, she got me this watch,
Hmm.
this phone, this
Oh,
car,
she just
this.
got this good job.
Mm-hmm.
Da da da. So, Jasmine B says relationships are about communication and working together,
Mm-hmm.
not about who brings what and all that crap. And that's
We
cool.
say that
Yes, that is
until
Like
people
I
very
are
said.
true,
divorcing.
Jasmine. That's
Yeah,
very
we say that
true.
until people are
But at the
divorcing.
same
But this is
time,
also
you
why they.
still need
Yeah,
to have money to live. Go ahead, Tristan.
yeah. No, but this is why a lot of like queer people say like the cis heteros are fucked. Like all y'all relationships are ruined because this is the type of discourse like there is no like getting to the point of just being like, hey, most people wouldn't care about finances if you met them where you can meet them. If you like like the 50-50, not just being like, oh, I paid half, so you pay half, but proportionally looking out for each other, like
Mm-hmm.
reciprocating emotional labor, being there for each
Mm-hmm.
other, picking up the other's load when they can't do it right now. Like
Mm-hmm.
because we're so pressed on like the gender roles and who should do what.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is why so many of our relationships collapse into shit because we get in expecting certain things and never actually like talking to the person like they're their own individual
I haven't gotten
so
to
that you
that
have a
comment. Night
situation
B.
where you have a
See,
situation where it's
that's
not,
what happened.
oh, men should have this much, women should have this much, but like,
Yeah.
oh, in my relationship, we actually work together to make things work.
Okay. Quick question. Night B asks again, what percentage of American men make six figures or more?
Actually, a
No,
lot.
no.
He
There's
wants you to
Google right
answer that.
there.
Yeah.
There's
Okay.
Google right
How many
there.
truck drivers? Hold on, let me finish. How many truck drivers are on the road? Because
Ooh,
I'm telling
let's
you
get
right now,
into
they're all making at least close to six figures.
it. Hmm.
Next,
And so, Night B says, and black father how to work hard labor jobs and taking care of the bills while still being the most discriminated group of humans in this country. That's 8% compared to 6% of black women. Your boy there never addressed. Oh, sorry, we addressed that. Sorry. Jasmine B said, if somebody in that relationship loses movement in the lower half and can't work anymore, are you going to leave them? No.
no.
Mm-mm. I would
Because
never.
at the end of the day, you chose them not for
Mm-hmm.
the money or anything like that. Because once the honeymoon phase or the sweet talk phase is over, you guys have hopefully talked about everything now underneath the sun. Like, what happened if this happens to me? What happened if that happens to me? What's our plans? What our financial looks like? What does different scenario looks like? Because that's what you guys should be talking about, like real stuff, not oh this and that. No, you guys got to put things into play, into action, especially if you've been dating them for a while. Like, babe,
Yeah.
you might want to get some life insurance just in case something happens, or short-term
Very true.
disability just in case something happens. That's when
Life
you guys start
insurance is a
thinking about.
must.
But
Life
that's the
insurance is a
reality.
must.
Like a lot of people get in relationships and get married, especially in again cis hetero relationships, because the pussy was good, because the dick was consistent, because they answer the phone when you call. This is why a lot of people get in relationships to get married, and then they're like, oh, why is our shit breaking up? Why are we cheating? Why are we abusing? Why are we
This car.
divorcing? Why is the split looking crazy? Because y'all get in relationships off of the superficial shit. Like, enjoy the sex, sure, but is that really the reason you're getting a commitment?
But see,
Like,
a lot
Yeah.
of
Oh,
another thing is that a lot of people stay because of the kids, but at the end of the day, just stay with the kids. You guys are complete strangers, and then when the kids are gone, what's gonna keep y'all together? Because y'all know who y'all are anymore after that.
yeah.
So,
But Night B, he says 1,344 150 black women are married and make more than their husband. That's far fewer than white women and Hispanic women. A lot. What? Don't answer my question with another question. What the fuck? Jasmine B
yeah,
says that
so
mindset is not. Oh, hold on. Let me just get through the comments so
yeah,
we don't. Okay, that mindset is not long term thinking. You have to actually like the person and build with them, meet them where they are at. Well, maybe I don't feel like building up a nigga no more. I built up
hmm
niggas,
there's that
and
too.
you know what those niggas did to me? Dogged
left you.
me.
Yeah,
Dogged me. I literally helped one of my fiancés get multiple jobs. You know what he did to me? Gaslit me. He gaslit me. He made me look like the crazy one. He also cheated. And I
mm,
helped that nigga. I am not building up no more men. I'm 32. If you ain't where I'm at now, baby, I'm not looking at you. I'm not building nobody else anymore. Point
yeah.
blank.
And if men want it to be
Um,
different, they actually have to reciprocate some of that energy.
yes. Yeah, and that's the thing. I could build somebody, but come to me.
See, the thing is, I
You
don't
gotta
want to
build
build
that better
nobody
too. You gotta
because
invest in her too.
Hold on, hold on. 9B says only 20% of men in America make six figures or more. Only 20%. The vast majority of men don't make six figures or more. That's kind of the point. First
Yeah.
off, I'm already in therapy, and you know what my therapist told me? No,
suck it
no,
up
no,
and
no,
move
no,
on.
no. You said, wait a minute. You said meet them where they are at, right? So if I'm up here and they are down here,
Okay.
how they gonna get up here? By
Only hundred
themselves,
dollars.
right? They gonna have to get it by themselves. That's what you're telling me. So I don't have to work together, right? I don't have to work with them, right? To get them up here with me.
Let's see.
I'm tired. This has nothing to do with baggage because trust and believe, I could care two fucks less about my exes. I am in a healthy relationship where I didn't have to build somebody. I didn't have to
Yeah,
be
let's.
like, oh, I'm gonna meet you where you at.
Yeah,
No,
And y'all building? No.
I'm saying
and,
I
yeah,
care about it. How about that?
yeah. Let's not forget, men have plenty of baggage too. Men will sit there and complain
Yeah,
about a woman going to the club because of that one girl that cheated on them
they
years
can.
ago. Men will complain about
So,
all kinds of shit and have all kinds of baggage. But when
mm-hmm.
what Nightbeast was talking about before about how other women, other races of women have
I'm on
more
a big
like
ass level. Check my
yeah,
reel. Don't do
yeah,
that.
how other races of women
Don't
have
do that.
higher
Don't do that,
levels of
Nike.
employment.
Because I
That's what
literally
racism looks
just made
like.
a reel about that. Check my resume. Let's not do it.
Mm.
Let's not do
But yeah,
that.
do what? What's happening?
He said, up here with you, what level you on? Check my resume. How about that? I would not date a drug dealer. Okay? They are actually below me.
See,
I'm
There's a reason
sorry.
why. Yeah,
I
go ahead.
what I
What
Like,
wanted
you saying?
was
just, oh, go ahead.
what I wanted was somebody who was gonna treat me and love me the way I would love them.
Yeah.
So that's really, and then you
I'm on
communicate
higher level.
your wants,
I'm a boss. How
what your
about that?
wants. Because I'll be real. I'll be like, okay, this is what I want in a relationship. XYZ. I
Hmm.
have gone through the road. I do not like what I had before. These are what I learned from my last relationship, and I realized that I don't want that.
Yeah.
But you also remember like what traits you like, what traits you don't like. And guess what?
Mm.
That's just your standards.
Thank
People need
you.
to get over that because
Like, I'm not
when you
obligated to date you because you're
Mm.
here.
no,
Also,
that's
black
why they have
women.
the sayings. There's many fishes in the sea. Not everybody like cod. Not everybody like catfish. You pick what fish you want it. Maybe you want a shrimp or a
Yeah.
lobster.
Plus, the
I'm
way
hungry.
racism works.
Sorry.
It's
The way
okay.
racism works,
Okay.
black women are going to have less advantages being single mothers, you
Mhm.
know, recovering after being with somebody who had all the finances, just like making it on their own without help. So, yes, especially after she's gone through certain types of like relationships where she built, because black women have a mind for community and they
I wish
saw
they
they
go
were
on
with
for
men
a
who
life,
had
but I didn't. Yeah.
for that kind of community, yeah, they're gonna start being like, listen, I need to up my standards to avoid, waiting on potential for niggas who are not going to reciprocate seeing potential in me. Because again, that's
Thank
where
you.
misogyny comes in, where men expect things but aren't willing to give it back. And so we as men have to learn that that's in us
Okay.
and change.
So I'm gonna end this here because we starting to get real disrespectful in these comments. So I'm gonna read the last of these. And I already told you the level. Thank you. And drug dealer, that's a low bar. Exactly what I was saying. I
There's
would
a reason
not.
why, yeah, there's a reason why
like
drug dealers date like kids in high school and shit.
like what the hell?
Because those are the people
And
who's going to be
They
impressed.
don't know better.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Jasmine B also says I had Jasmine B also says, I'm sorry, it's so much going on here. I have no issue with people having standards and preferences, but Ebony was wrong for dissing bus drivers and telling them black men that they ain't shit. No other race of women does that at all. Yes, they do. They definitely do. Especially in the media. I've seen go on TikTok. That's media. All right, and Night B says, yeah, your standards are unrealistic. No, they are not. Why do they have to be unrealistic? Because I'm saying that I
Is,
would like to already have somebody at my
Fine.
big ass age.
isn't it
Okay,
unrealistic for
at my
somebody
big
who's
ass
making six
age, I
figures
want somebody
to
that
date
has
a
what
bus
they have.
driver? Isn't it
You said what?
unrealistic for somebody who makes six? I said, isn't it unrealistic for somebody who dates for someone who makes six figures or seven figures to date a bus driver, especially a man? Isn't it unreal? That's the unrealistic shit. So, like, again, if you're not willing to address capitalism, patriarchy as the reason why we're in these fucked up situations, then
No,
understand where
I
you're
got a
being
question
unrealistic
for.
in what you're telling women to do.
I have a quick question for them. If
Go
a
ahead.
man is making six figures and he says that, is he in the wrong?
Ooh.
If a
Because
man
that
says that he's
happens.
not going to date,
Oh, yeah, the guy says he's not going to date a bus driver,
Mhm.
or not even that.
Men have all.
If a man
Men will
makes
say we
six
won't date.
figures,
Yeah,
if a man makes six figures and he says, I don't want to date a waitress,
men do it. Men have all kinds of standards.
They
Men
do it
say
all
I
the
won't date a
time.
fat bitch. I won't
no, no,
date
no.
dark women. I won't date black
They
women
will
when
mess
I'm dark
around
as
with
hell.
them. They will mess around with
Yeah,
them, but they will not consider them potential mates.
yeah. Men have all kind of
Okay.
fetishizations
So
for their standards.
why can't she say that?
Yeah.
She's not saying she won't mess around
Why
with them.
can't she
She's
say
just
it?
saying they're not
I
her
won't date
type.
them. Okay, hold on. So when I told you what the level was and saying that my standards are unrealistic is being disrespectful to me because those are my standards and telling me that I need to get therapy, that is disrespectful, especially since I said, hey, I am not building up a man anymore. I wanted someone who already was established, and that's perfectly fine for
Think for
me.
themselves.
That's why I'm saying it's getting a little disrespectful in these comments, so let's not do that. You know,
Well,
I
guess
love you
what?
to
At the
death.
end
You
of the
are
day,
my
she
good,
did
good
find her
friend, but we
standard.
can't do that. Don't do that. Like, you and your wife have been together a very long time. You literally did build each other. And I get the sentiment, but that's not my sentiment. That's not how my dating life has gone. When I did what you guys did, I got dulled. I'm sorry. And I refuse to do it anymore. I used to be that woman who was not afraid to be like, you know what? I'm going to help you get this. I'm going to give you the link to this. Do you want to work with me with my stuff? That's how I used to be. But I can't put that energy out anymore. I can't do it. And that has nothing to do with baggage, has nothing to do with me having to be in therapy because I'm in therapy for a whole nother thing, honey. That's not okay to say. It's just not okay. So, Yabuki is being wild. He said, I'm gonna join these more often. My boy talking about grooming now. Oh no. Night B was kind of confused with the kids in high school thing. I think it was because we were talking about the drug dealers.
Yeah,
Um,
remember even Cassidy was talking about that in her
yeah,
podcast recently too.
yeah, it's okay. Um, people, Yabuki says people just want to be happy now. That's unrealistic.
We are in the
That's what
It
he
is.
said.
apocalypse. I
He
keep telling
said
y'all, we are in the
it.
apocalypse. People are trying to prepare for the doomsday. They're gonna fuck for fun, but they can't just marry for fun. They can't just for fun anymore. The economy
Okay,
is
no,
fucked.
it's the way. Hold up, hold up. It's the way you said it. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's all about tone. It's not about what you say. It's about how you say it. When
Or
I
write it.
said that I didn't want to build somebody up, you need to go to therapy. No, I don't. Not for that. That's why I'm saying that's disrespectful. Like, especially during this month, you just like, you need to go to therapy because you don't want to build a man. I am not build a man. Okay? I'm not build a bitch either.
I was thinking of that too.
Not
Like that
yeah,
song
not only
started
that,
playing in my head.
but
I'm
like
not a
if
build a
what
bitch,
yeah,
and he's not a
You
build
never
a
heard the
nigga.
song?
You never heard
huh?
it?
You never heard the
Yeah.
song?
Build a bitch.
No, I heard the song Bella Poarch.
Do, 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 do.
But it's like think about when a man builds a woman, we call a nigga a simp, don't we?
Oh,
Don't we? We call when a man builds a woman, we call her a simp. And when a woman builds a man and he leaves her, we say she chose wrong and she was stupid for that. So why are we so surprised when women say, "Okay, I've done enough building. I'm built myself now,
I
and
am
who
good.
is a builder with me and built themselves can join me." Why are we so
Yeah.
surprised?
So
What is it?
you're telling me I have emotional damage now. It's not emotional damage. It is my
Emotional
preference.
damage.
My preference is to have somebody that's equal on my level. I'm 32, not 20. At 20 years old,
Emotional
building a
damage.
nigga is cute. But at 30, in your 30s,
Yes.
it ain't cute.
I'm
Especially
too
when they
tired.
can just get stop. Hold up, hold up. Might
Mhm.
be. We get it. Men build up women, but we also don't leave y'all in the dust once y'all build us up. That's what I'm saying. Who said Dr. King was a simp? Who said that?
Cause did
Who
he
said
meet his
that?
wife at college?
How did Dr. King get
Yeah,
involved
how
in
you
this?
building her up? Okay, y'all. For real,
We just
it's
throwing random niggas in
11:39.
now.
It's 11:39, y'all. I love having conversations with y'all. I do. And I look, I may have taken it a little harsh when you said I need to get therapy and telling me I have emotional damage, but it's just not okay to tell somebody they have emotional damage because they have a preference. That's it. I don't have baggage. If I had baggage, I wouldn't
It
know
should
how
be
to have a
working all the
healthy
time. Unless you
relationship.
don't plug it back on the charger.
Okay.
No, it's always plugged in, but if
Okay.
you don't put it on the charger.
I didn't say anything that was false. I said I don't want to build a nigga. Okay? Is that wrong? Just
Listen,
like
at
if
this
I met
point,
a
if
nigga
yeah,
outside right now who made six figures and said to me, I don't want to build you. I would just, you know what I would say? Okay. I don't care. People have their damn preferences. Niggas like white girls and Latinas. White men like Asian girls. I don't care. I don't care. Okay? Like telling somebody they need to go to therapy because they said they don't want to like help someone who's not on their level and they don't know if that person's going to stick around until the end. I'm good. I'm good. There no, that's cool to help your man grow, but most of the people that you're helping growing most of the time are not able to reciprocate. That is what we're saying. We need the reciprocation, men and women. Okay, I am done with this. All right, I'm about to go to the commercial break because it's 11:42. We should have been ended this. I'm just I'm over the whole topic now. All right, we're gonna go to our next commercial. I'm doing that. All right, you guys. It is time for promos. So, as you guys know, I am I'm making an app that is called Brighter Day,
Oh,
and it is a mental
it's
health
not really
awareness
good.
app. I'm gonna need you to mute. So, it is a mental health awareness app that will also be merged with social media, and I cannot wait to release this in September during Suicide Awareness Month. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait to show you guys everything that's in there. I'm also going to be um lordy promoting my book, A Puppy Journey, Renpet's World, a journey of an emotional support animal. It is about my little baby, Renpet, and how she sees the world through her eyes and how she became my emotional support animal. I also want to promote my blog, Queen Pedii Writes, and I do reviews, articles, and more. Oh,
Thank you.
showrunner.
I am very, very excited. I just opened a box while we were live, and Queen Kitty, you're gonna love this. Okay, so the first thing I have is um our stand for the brushes, the facial brush, and it turns on and it just cleans you really good. And it's now a stand. And it just is there, and you can put your extra brush here, the massager one. This is what you're gonna be excited about. Look what just came in. This is a
Ooh,
blush
I need it.
and lip cream, so you can use it for your cheeks. Here's the other color. Look how pretty they are. Oh, you're gonna love this one. Yes. And then this is the other one.
Ooh,
And they come in
I
these
need it.
cute little, and of course you could put them in your if you have a Mary Kay MAC makeup holder, it just magnet right into it. We also got our minis are back. And what I do with these is that if you guys give me 20 people named, you get both of them. You give me 10, you get one. But I'm not going to tell you which one you get. So this is the Moisture Renewing Gel Mask. It's a deep charcoal mask. It does deep cleaning. It gets all those blackheads out. The last, I also got our new lip glosses. They're really hydrating. They're our lip balm, and they're really, really pretty. And Queen Pedii, I know you're going to be excited about this. So I was not able to open these yet, so sorry, sorry, sorry. Um, so
Oh,
this is the
jeez.
color to one of them.
I
It
need
looks a
it.
lot more redder, but
But it's pink.
it's like a purple. So
Fuchsia.
Mm.
see,
Oh,
then we
I
have.
need that.
Oh, you want all four. There's four different colors.
Oh, oh, that's
Hope you can see
nice.
that.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I'm gonna do it again. They're really hydrating.
Mm.
So it's like a really dark wine color.
Mm.
And then we have, of course, our this one is classic red, and these are all matte colors.
Ooh.
Can you open it for me? I'm going to put that one on second. Then this one is called Modern Nude,
Oh, that's pretty.
Okay, here's the red one, the classic red, which of course,
Heard it.
and the nude. Any more on for this? So that's what it looks like.
Nice.
So I'm actually gonna put the nude on real quick. So
And that's a
it's
matte, right?
yes. So you can always put some like shimmer over it, but I like it. It's not drying or anything like that. And also we got our new bags in. So if you purchase, I will bring it to you if you live nearby. If not, I will mail it to you. So
Yay.
hit me up at marykate.com /beauty within.
Yay. All right.
And finally, I have a couple things to promote. Well, or more than a
Mike.
few. Oh yeah, that's it.
Mikey,
So yeah, got more than a few things to promote today. As we can see, not everyone fully values everyone's mental health situation, but this is Mental Health Awareness Month. So if you need someone to listen to, you have Believe New York right there. They say they have something called the Open Space, where our counselors are trained in active listening for when you need someone to be there. Schedule a free appointment via Google Meets or phone call at believeny.org/the open space. And if you want to help contribute to these and other services, Believe NY says that many of our clients are in need of supplies such as food, clothing, and hygiene products. Your donations will help us fund events and services such as free meal handouts and our Food First program. So any amount helps. And you can visit believeny.org/donate to make a difference there. Now, we were talking about the Jordan Neely protests earlier, and a lot of the protesters who helped finally get a manslaughter charge in that case for Daniel Penny were allegedly members of Washington Square Park Mutual Aid. So yeah. So they are all about community, especially for the homeless, especially for Black, queer, and trans people. And they said, as we face all of the grief and rage of the last week, we must continue to hold each other and care for one another. Thank you for everyone who shows up to community. And if you'd like to contribute in any other way, you can consider donating to their Cash App, which is, of course, the $ WSP Mutual Aid 2, as well as clothes, food, and hygiene supplies whenever they have distros on Fridays between 5 and 8 p.m. And then, in the wake of seeing what happened to Jordan Neely and seeing that so many resources are needed for the homeless and other people, I also wanted to promote a few sites that, especially if in New York, you can take advantage of. So there's nycfridge.com, sorry about that, where you can see, as you can see, there's over 130 community fridges and food shares across the 5 boroughs. In case you need somewhere to get food, you can get food from there. There's also something called Don't Call the Police, and that is don'tcallthepolice.com/new-york-city, and that is a online directory of local resources and crisis services for everything from finding housing if you're homeless or LGBTQ plus runaway, if you're trying to cope with illness, trauma, or loss, or even if you need help navigating legal and financial challenges if you're a crime victim. And these are all alternatives to contacting the NYPD. There's a letter of complaint where it's a free tool that you can also use to notify your landlord of repair issues in your apartment via USPS certified mail. And that makes sure that if they have to go to court, basically with that certification, they can't deny that you made complaints. So that gets a lot of people's landlords to jump on repairs as soon as they see someone's trying to put that in. So that is at app.justfix lawhelp.org/en/LOC. And one other resource is lawhelpny.org for all kinds of issues. For example, if your landlord refuses to make repairs in your apartment, it's possible to hire a contractor and make the repairs yourself and then deduct the cost of the repair bill from your rent. So that's just one of the things you can find at lawhelpny.org. And finally, I also have a YouTube channel called Holy Baloney Jabronis. And this issue with Jordan Neely is actually coming up in the next video I want to make. That's actually a movie review. I'm going to keep secret what the movie is, but keep on the lookout. And I just want to compare basically how New York City, but so many other areas, it's supposed to be a bustling metropolis. It's supposed to be the land of opportunity, but a lot of people get ignored. A lot of people don't have the community that is needed, and that's where we come in. So be on the lookout for that.
All right, y'all. I know we had a heated discussion. I just want to let you guys know, especially Night B and Jasmine B. Y'all know I love y'all. So don't take it too personally. These are opinions, just like those were yours. Just want y'all to know that I still love y'all to death, and y'all can still come to my house.
That's why it's called Not
I'm
Your Normal Discussion.
yeah.
Mhm.
Thank you guys. You guys
And
have been wonderful. Thank you for coming through to the show, talking with us. So, you guys, do not forget to subscribe to our Patreon, subscribe to the YouTube if you have not subscribed yet, subscribe to our Twitch if you haven't subscribed there, and just, support us. Like, share, definitely share. We love the shares. Yeah.
yes, and we're live right now, so don't forget to like.
Yes.
Yes, like
um,
me.
but yeah, y'all. Um, have a good weekend. We'll see you guys in another one. All right.
Happy Mother's Day.
Yes.
Happy Mother's
Happy
Day,
Mother's Day. Enjoy your moms
Bye.
this
mamacita.
weekend. Yes. Bye,
Y tu
Enjoy
guys.
spending time
madre.
with just your kids
Oh,
and your fur babies if you got them.
yes.
Thank you
I
for
got the
being
fur
great moms.
babies. Yay. All right, y'all. Bye.
Let me run off to the hospital for this doctor's note, y'all.
Oh, hold on, hold on. I haven't. Oh, that ain't it.
Huh? Dun, 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 dun,
I gotta use the
It
bathroom,
is
so
a
dun.
peace
Okay,
out.
mess.
I'll do
All
the
right.
noise. Dun,
All
dun,
right. Yeah,
dun,
all
dun,
right. Bye.
dun.